Founded in 2016, Neuralink is a brain implant device developed by Elon Musk. You may have heard of him.
Elon Tusk!
Maybe that was a little too hard.
That actually happened.
Of course it happened. I think this is a reflection of how,
Oh my god!
This brain-machine interface allows humans to control neuroprosthetic technology with their own brain.
This device involves surgical implantation of electrodes up on an individual's brain surface. Electrodes are used to detect electric fields in the brain, which occur when the nerves send messages to one another. The neurons of the brain send and receive information and connect to each other through axon-dendrite connections called synapses. Action potentials allow the synapses to release neurotransmitters, which will bind to receptors on dendrites and allow currents to flow across the neuron's membrane.
Neural activity can be recorded using a non-invasive technology called electroencephalography, also known as EEG, which records electrical activity of the brain via electrophysiological monitoring methods.
In this way, Neuralink uses an electrode that is placed directly on a neuron within the actual brain to detect electric fields. A second electrode is employed and placed further away from the first electrode to see if it is still able to detect the electric field generated from neuron 1's firing rate, until it is finally unable to detect neuron 1 signals as it is too far away from the neuron.
The maximum distance that electrode 2 could receive signals from neuron 1 was 60 nanometers, indicating that these electrodes would have to be fitted directly underneath the skull. In essence, Neuralink must be surgically implanted inside the skull in order to effectively receive and transfer signals from a neuron. Neuralink aims to be the first neural implant that will let you control a computer or mobile device anywhere you go. Micro-scale threads are inserted into areas of the brain that control movement. Each thread contains many electrodes and connects them to an implant called the link, which is placed in a cylindrical casing that is 8 mm in diameter and 4 mm tall.
1,024 tiny thin electrodes, 6 nanometers thick, which is about the tenth of the thickness of a hair, looking like microscopic threads coming out of a cylinder. And this tiny device must be installed by a robotic surgeon. A large piece of Neuralink resides outside of the skull as a wearable behind your ear. This wearable, called the link, houses the software as well as the battery, which must be recharged and updated regularly.
Have you ever seen the film Kingsman: The Secret Service? The eccentric billionaire villain of the film, Valentine, creates a new chip to be inserted into a person's head, granting them free Wi-Fi for their smartphone device wherever they are in the world.
Little did these people know that Valentine plans to blow people's heads up using the chip to solve the problem of climate change. While this example is taken from an outlandish film, a chip in your brain could potentially have severely detrimental effects.
Although controlling your Tesla and listening to Spotify in your brain seems very cool right now, imagine getting unskippable ads playing in your mind. Imagine how a little chip could have power to manipulate your brain.
By simply clicking and downloading, your memory will be saved as a file, accessible to everyone. Perhaps somebody could even hack and steal all internet memories that you have that you'd rather not share with the world.
Ransomware is a virus that locks your computer's files and deletes them one by one until you pay a ransom, usually in Bitcoin. And it's a very serious hazard to our current technology. Imagine if this threat was imposed upon our brain.
Hacking, software bugs, and hardware defects could potentially invade not just our laptops or phones, but also our minds. Moreover, Neuralink not only reads signals, but it also fires its own signals. It's essentially able to work on behalf of your neurons. However, this will affect our brains in ways that scientists have conducted minimal research on. So, who knows how Neuralink could change our brain's natural development?
Furthermore, there are also ethical concerns in regards to cultural implications of a brain chip, as Musk has stated that the device is estimated to be extremely expensive.
The astronomical prices of the device could further increase the disparity between the rich and the poor. Neuralink could be a new defining factor that allows increased elitism by enhancing the upper echelons of the society, but not the less fortunate. However, while Neuralink has the potential to transform the society forever, it still lacks approval from the Food and Drug Administration (FDA) and has been pending approval since 2019.
As such, human trials have not yet commenced, but Musk has presented what he calls the Three Little Pigs demo, whereby he showcased Gertrude, one of 3 pigs who had a Neuralink implant. This device controlled her snap and was also able to accurately predict her limb movements as she ran on a treadmill. Musk demonstrated how Neuralink was able to track the pig's neural activity, and that Gertrude was healthy, happy, and indistinguishable from a normal pig.
Neuralink has the potential to ameliorate illnesses which currently lack adequate treatment and radicalize their lives to an unimaginable extent. While Neuralink is undeniably a highly innovative project, the lack of FDA approval and concurrent technological limitations mean that we currently know very little about future implications.
It could also lead to cybersecurity infringements that impose upon our privacy to an extent never seen before. And while the secrecy surrounding the device prevents the threat of the patent, it does make the founder a little sus. Let's hope that Elon Musk is not a villain hell-bent on world domination.